Our next speaker is Tom Goldstein, Federal Highway Oregon Division Office. And Tom's going to go without a PowerPoint presentation, so keep your eyes awake.
On behalf of Federal Highway, I would just like to welcome you all to the Rocky Mountain West Pavement Preservation Partnership annual meeting. I would definitely like to touch on three areas that Federal Highway is promoting related to pavement preservation, starting with the latest guidance on highway preservation and maintenance, and then also transportation performance management, and finally I want to touch on everyday counts. Starting with the preservation and maintenance guidance, as most of you are probably aware, Federal Highway issued new guidance on highway preservation and maintenance back on February 25th, 2016. And that was driven largely by new legislation, including some regulations that were included in the in MAP 21 that was signed in 2012, and also in the FAST Act that was signed in 2016. And that those regulations, the intent of them was to recognize preservation as a vital component of achieving and sustaining desired state of good repair of highway facilities. This new guidance, it superseded previous guidance, including a memorandum on pavement preservation definitions that was in September 2005, preventative maintenance eligibility in October 2004, and preventative maintenance questions and answers in December 2004. And what the new guidance, or what the guidance does, is it defines preservation and maintenance, including what is considered routine and preventative. It adds preservation to the definition of construction, making it eligible for federal aid funding, and encouraging it under the National Highway Performance Program and Surface Transportation Program. And it also encourages states to work with their local Federal Highway Division office to determine if preventative maintenance work is eligible for federal aid funds. I'd also like to touch on transportation performance management and asset management. FHWA defines transportation performance management as a strategic approach that uses system information to make investment and policy decisions to achieve national performance goals. MAP 21 included several provisions that collectively are transforming the federal surface transportation program to be focused on the achievements of performance outcomes. And then the FAST Act built on MAP 21 and provided long-term funding certainty for surface transportation planning and investment. As you are likely aware, the transportation performance management related to pavements involves pavement performance measures requiring state DOTs to collect data for interstate pavements and non-interstate NHS that conform to the final rule, and include measures of IRI, rutting, cracking, percent, faulting, and inventory. It also requires setting targets and reporting out on condition and performance. In addition, transportation performance management also includes the transportation asset management plans, which act as a focal point for information about the assets, their management strategies, long-term expenditure forecasts, and business management processes. Over the time, the plan should further be improved and become an important tool for an agency in demonstrating how it achieves its mission in addition to sustainable asset stewardship and effective uses of resources and robust justifications for funding. TAMPs are essentially a management tool which bring together all business processes and stakeholders, internal and external, to achieve a common understanding and commitment to improve performance. It's tactical level document which focuses on analysis, option development, program delivery mechanisms, and reporting mechanisms on ensuring that strategic objectives are achieved. Each state is required to develop a risk-based asset management plan for the National Highway System to improve or preserve the condition of assets and the performance of the system. States must address pavements and bridges, but are encouraged to include all infrastructure assets within the highway right-of-way in their risk asset management plan. A state asset management plan should include a summary listing of the pavement and bridge assets on the national highway system in the state, including a description of the condition of these assets, asset management objectives and measures, performance gap identification, life cycle cost and risk analysis, financial plan, and investment strategies. The initial transportation asset plans were due from each state this past April, and the targets were required in May. We encourage states to prepare their TAMP analysis as early as possible so that those analyses can inform their target selection process under the performance management regulations. FHWA continues to work with our stakeholders to advance TPM principles and asset management best practices through training, webinars, and guidance. If you would like our assistance, please contact your local FHWA division office. The final topic I want to talk about is one you're pretty familiar with, is everyday counts. There was a lot of workshops the past couple of days that involved everyday counts initiatives, and also it's been something Federal Highways has been promoting for quite a bit of time now. EDC is a state-based model to identify rapidly deployed, proven, but underutilized innovations to shorten project delivery process, to enhance roadway safety, reduce congestion, and improve environmental sustainability. EDC is not the next big thing. It's about taking effective, proven, market-ready technologies and moving them to widespread use. By advancing 21st century solutions, we can improve safety, reduce congestions, and keep America moving and competitive. There have been 4 rounds of EDC to this point, starting in 2011. The next round are being kicked off at regional EDC summits. The one in the west for the western states is in Portland in November 8th and 9th. Another byproduct of EDC is the State Transportation Innovation Council, also known as the STICS. The STIC is a network established representatives from various levels of highway community in each state that comprehensively and strategically consider all sources of innovation. The STIC can assist identifying sources of funding for innovation, and so there's quite a few sources that your STIC can help you with. There's technology transfer funds, which typically are used for demonstration projects, for seed money for those, scan and peer exchanges, meeting conferences, workshops, courses, quite a few other things that your division office can assist you with. Typically it's $10,000 or less. Another source of funding that's available that you're all probably somewhat familiar with is the Accelerated Innovation Deployment program, and essentially it's the aid program. It provides incentives up to $1 million. It's basically, to be eligible, you need to meet the Title 23 requirements. Eligible projects may be in any aspect of highway transportation. Preferred and innovative, in a proven real-world highway transportation application, not routinely used, and the projects are expected to be 6 months, ready to be initiated within 6 months of the application being approved. And finally, the STIC incentive program. It offers up to $100,000 in each of the states, and funds activities that have a statewide impact on making an innovation a standard practice. Examples include developing standards or specifications, preparing SOPs, guidance, developing training, et cetera. One of Oregon's most recent ones involves a pavement type of a pavement preservation aspect. They're doing one on implementing research from ODOT's chip seal program. They're basically working with industry to develop specifications based on a previous research project on chip sealing. Thanks for your time and allowing me to discuss these FHWA items with y'all. Enjoy the rest of the conference and have a great day.
The preceding was produced by the National Center for Pavement Preservation. More information can be found on the web at pavementpreservation.org. Additional support provided by Michigan State University.